guys, welcome to day 8 of training in the apocalypse. So day 7 we had a podcast which was just explaining the various different bodyweight movements that you can do at home in trying to overload and progress your own body and making sure that you don't atrophy all of that muscle that you've managed to build in the gym over the course of the lockdown. So as promised, we are now going to run through one of the biggest bang for your buck movements that you can do, which is going to be the overhead press, and body weight wise it's going to be a
handstand press up.
Handstand press up. So we're going to take you through how you're going to manage to do it, and in the final rendition of it you will be able to do this, the handstand press up.
And we're just going to jump straight into it.
We're just going to jump straight into it.
No, okay,
right
fair
now.
enough.
Right now, the handstand press up. So as you can see, he walks up the wall, pushing nice and tall through his shoulder blades. Tummy is tight, ass is tight, ass is tight, ass is tight. And he is pressing nice and tall. So as you can see, he will not be able to do this as an overhead press because there's no way that he's going to press over his body weight directly above in a strict press. So this is how you progressively overload. So we're going to go through. We're going to go through the steps accordingly, and Scott's going to talk through them for you now.
Okay, so one of the biggest things that you actually need for this is shoulder strength and core stability. So first thing that we're going to do is front support. Okay, so nice and simple, on hands and knees, pressing up nice and tall through the chest, 1 foot back, 2nd foot back, squeeze your bum. And that's it, basic front support shape. Okay, if you turn sideways on, okay, so we can see that again. So pressing up nice and tall, nice rounded back, tight through the bum, squeeze, there you go, see, it's got to be tight all the time. Getting this nice shape through, pushing up tall. Okay, now, so in order to try and actually take the weight on your hands have always got to be flat, no thumbs back please. If you have your thumbs this way, easiest way to dislocate your thumb, and it's really quite painful, especially putting it back in socket. So keep your hands flat, you want to try and have a V shape between your forefinger and your thumb, and then that'll help spread the fingers, and that'll give you balance for anything that you're doing on your hands. So next exercise that you need to do is front support, and you're going to do shrugs. So if you do front support, nice tight shape, squeezing the bum, and then you're going to press up tall through the shoulders, and then sink down. That's it, and push up and down. So this is the easy way of building up shoulder strength, and it maintains stomach tension and bum tension all the way through, and you can do these in sets of 10, 20, whatever you're feeling like. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do is we're going to start trying to actually get into this handstand shape. Okay, so one of the easiest things we can do for that is just a small L-sit. So we're going to go from front support, and you're going to press, walk those toes in, pushing down through the shoulders, walk the toes back, all the way up and all the way down. Trying to maintain, in fact you do that, and I'll explain. On you go. So what you're going to try and do is maintain the shoulders over the top of the hands directly and bring the hips up over the top. So bring it up. So bringing in a bit more. If you keep looking at your hands, it's easier to try and maintain this shape. The minute you start tucking your head in, one thing that you're going to want to do is roll forwards, and you don't want to do that because you're just going to fall on your head. Feet out. Okay, perfect. So you're going to do the same shape again, and we're going to use shoulder shrugs one more time. So we're going to press all the way up, keep looking at the hands, and then shrug down and up. The idea of the shrugs is that you're going to try and squeeze your shoulder onto your ear. So hopefully you can see this in the t-shirt I'm wearing. So you shrug down and up, pushing tall through the shoulders. More and more of these you do, the more your shoulders are going to burn. Okay, so this is starting to get stronger. Should we try and get a chair in? In fact, actually, one more exercise that is actually very good. It's just a general tension shape, and you need this for your handstand. As Vic was showing you in the front support, she wasn't actually squeezing the glutes. So something that you can do for tension is start off on hands and elbows. No, hands and elbows. That's going to be really difficult today.
Yeah, totally.
Knees and elbows, and you're going to do tension. So from this nice tension shape, okay, so you're squeezing the tummy up, squeezing the glutes, chest up nice and high. You can then just put your elbows down and extend out. So you're really stretching through the tension shape. And again, great core stability. You can then do the same thing, knees and hands, pressing in and out. And then you can do, if you get very good and not on a slippy floor, hands and feet tension that way. Okay, so you can do that. And again, if you can hold that for a minute, you're doing really, really well. Okay, so we're going to bring the chair in. Running through this really quickly. Okay, so I'll stand. This time we're going to do it with our feet raised a little bit. So you're going to try and walk your feet to the front. Okay, walk your hands into the chair, that's fine. And again, basic point is you're going to look at your hands, trying to maintain the hips directly over the shoulders, so bring those hips up. Okay, and then again, just press tall, as tall as you can, trying to get your shoulders to touch your ears. Okay, pushing nice and tall through the shoulders, squeezing the bum tight as you hold, and you can just hold that. Once you've got good at that, you can then start to do shrugs. So shrug down, shoulders down, and pushing tall. And pushing tall, there you go. And again, set to 10, 20, whatever you think you can manage at the time. Just build it up nice and slowly. Over the course of the time, certainly hopefully by the end of this apocalypse, you'll be able to do this no problem. Okay, how brave are you feeling? Okay, we're going to not so brave by the sound of it. So we're going to bring in our friend, Mr. Cushion. I'm going to start off.
Such a moron.
Hey, it's going to save your head on this really hard floor, honest. Okay, so back to your L stand. Nice and tall, and you slowly going to lower your head down to the floor and back up. Nice and slow. Okay, and again, you may not be able to do this straight away. Okay, so what you can do is get your feet on the sofa, head on the floor, and just press. If you can't get your head off the floor, that's absolutely fine, don't worry. You will build strength, just keep pushing. The more and more you practice, isometric contraction all the way through the shoulders, eventually you'll get your head off the floor, and when you do, you'll be really happy. Slight thing, we may be able to do that actually. Slight intermediate step, just in that L sit here, and then again, lower the foot, head to the floor even, not the foot to the floor. And pressing up. So it's just slightly easier because you haven't got your feet elevated, there isn't quite as much weight going through your body. Wall walks.
Wall walks.
Okay, this is just good in general for handstands, let alone the handstand press ups. So, front support shape, squeezing up nice and tall through the chest, squeezing the glutes. Always forget the glutes. Squeeze. Okay, and then slowly walk back, step your feet up the wall, and then walk your hands back as you go. Feet are slipping on this wall. Feet are slipping on the glass. Pushing up tall. Squeeze up through. Squeeze the glutes. And then you've actually got a really good handstand shape there. Nice and tight. Even squeezing your legs. Squeeze your tummy. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze the shoulders. Trying to push it taller. Taller. Perfect. Really good. And then walk down. There you go. Brilliant exercise. Sets. How many would you do?
Probably about 5 or 6. So what I would personally do, and it is part of the Titan Hybrid program that we do, the Titan program that we do, when we first instill wall walks, we'll do sets of 3. As you come all the way down, we basically make you do a press up as well. So you walk all the way back out to your front support, into your press up, and then start your walk back again. So I would probably start off with between 3 and 6 reps, or 3 and 6 sets. Reps. We'll call them reps. 3 and 6 reps to begin with, and get really, really tall. Make sure that you do get tall, and make sure that you're holding that handstand against the wall for as long as you possibly can, but probably maybe about 10 seconds in your first round.
Yeah, for sure.
And then just come back down. Wall walk back down, press up, wall walk back up. So between sets of 3 and 6, and then you'll be able to get up and then do your press ups as you will be doing.
Okay, so there's one final step before, which is what do we call it? A kip.
You can do a
kipping
kip.
handstand press up. This generally kind of comes from CrossFit. The idea being, if you kick the legs from your headstand it takes the weight off your arms and it makes it easier to push.
We're not going to demonstrate that because, perfectly honest with you, not the biggest fan. Don't like it because it is going to be taking away from your shoulder strength. If you work up from the first step to that very last one that we have shown you, you're not going to need a kipping pull-up because you would have push up, press up, because you would have built up enough strength in your upper body, especially through those pushing in your shoulder muscles from doing the handstand press ups on your chair. Do not be really quick to try and skip the steps, because otherwise all you're going to do is, risk injury.
Even if you find it easy, the first few steps may be really easy for you, but go through them. Find out where it starts to get hard, and then you stay with that for a little bit, build up the strength, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, remember, practice reps makes perfect reps. So just keep on practicing.
So again, you can probably do the one more intermediate step, which would literally be a headstand against the wall.
I suppose you could do that.
Pressing on the hands and then really starting to press, trying to lift the head. So eventually, get nice and close to the wall. Again, fingers turned out, head just in front of your hands, and then you can walk up so you're resting on your head and really just try and press into the floor. And if you're struggling, just stay with that. Keep that balance, and then eventually you'll get up off onto the floor.
So that's actually like a time under tension with an isometric hold with a forceful resistance
really
all the way
nasty.
through.
That was actually hard.
Yeah, so you could probably do that as well. Again, you're just hitting different muscles and different muscle fibers in a different way. So again, you do not always need a barbell in order to progressively overload. So I hope that has been massively helpful for you. We will be back again tomorrow with day 9 of training in the apocalypse. Any questions, shoot us them over and we will answer them then.
And don't forget to tag us videos. I want to see you trying it.
Oh yeah,
Have fun.
videos. Do some videos, have fun.
See you later, guys. Bye.